So I'm sitting here at the gym trying to get warmed up. And man, I want to tell you, I got a friend of mine that I worked with in Grapevine, Texas, and he's been a security guard just forever, and probably one of the best. And he's out, he resides out by Fort Worth, and it is so cold over there, it's beyond belief. He went to his one job that's farther away, and saw on the schedule that they took him off the schedule for the week. So he opted to work for their other store, which is only a mile from his house. And the problem is that he's down to a quarter tank of gas. It's way below freezing, and the fuel tank truckers are not coming in because of the weather. He says today it's supposed to make to about 32 degrees or so, 31 or 33 maybe, as far as the weather report's concerned, but he doesn't think so. It's just wretched cold, and the roads are just horrible. And you know, I don't know if you've ever driven in the weathers. I had for a lot of years and working across country, and one of the worst things is black ice. I was going into Atlanta one night because they called me into Atlanta, and the money was rocking. And let me tell you what, I had to turn around. I deadheaded from Huntsville, Alabama, and I had to turn around as soon as I got onto the expressway because the temperature kept dipping. And I had a new Cadillac at that time, which had the, you know, interior, exterior temperatures, all that kind of stuff. And I was watching that temperature drop like every mile. And then it went below freezing, and I was like, oh, hell no. And you can't see that black ice. It's really hard to see. And you just have to watch from when it all turns from white to black. Then you know you're in deep poopy-doo. But it's not good to drive in. As a matter of fact, there's a guy that just died out by Oregon, Antonio, that AWP just located, and he disappeared Valentine's Day, and he owned like 3 restaurants, and loving dad, 3 girls, I think they're like teenager and up girls, and his wife, and he just didn't come home. And so apparently what had happened was they didn't, you know, plow the bridge off, and what they think happened is the stuff that they had plowed before and pushed it to the side instead of getting it off the road made like a slide. It just froze on the side of the road. So when he slid to the one side, he just flew right over the edge of the bridge into the water, and the car flipped. And they just got his car with him in it. It's just a shame. Just got him the other day, and they police efforts and all that, they couldn't find him. So AWP went out there because they're based out of California and Oregon, and they took their equipment and went out there, and they found what they thought was his car, which was correct. And they notified the authorities, and then they went from there, and pretty incredible. But yeah. So you got to be really, really careful driving in these weathers and these roads. And you know, when I used to work in Memphis and I had my shops up there and everything, it was amazingly bad because people would just be zooming by you like 60 miles an hour, like they didn't give a damn. And then you'd watch them a couple blocks later, and they'd be doing circles in the middle of the road and hitting stuff and driving into signs and people and everything else, because they don't realize it's not normal. If you see snow and ice on the road or on the side of the roads, you still need to go slow. Don't think that road is clear and everything's a-okay, because it's not. You have to really be careful driving. Fuel will freeze if it's below quarter tank. If you don't have at least quarter tank, that fuel's going to freeze. It just turns to jello. You can get some chemicals to put in there to defreeze and all that, but I don't know how good it is on today's cars with all the sensors. Every time you put something in there that's mechanic in the can, it's usually not very good on the sensors. But you'll have to research that yourself. But yeah, it's amazing. They have no fuel tankers coming in. And a lot of people are without utilities and water and so forth. Him and his family, they're lucky because they do have, the water and the heat and all that stuff. So they're okay. They have electric. No problem there. It's just fuel. There's no fuel available. So, and like I say, this guy, he's working temporarily this week, 1 mile from his house. And I suggested, well, try the rideshare people, because, they would really appreciate you, because the bonuses are real good right now. And, they may have a full tank, and may have got some reserve tanks, sitting at their house, so they keep filling up. Rideshare people are pretty smart. So, for 1 mile, I mean, here, if you take a rideshare, it's I think like $10 to go a mile or two. So, that's well worth it if you don't have the fuel and you don't want to risk breaking down on the side of the road and leaving your car there or having to walk. It would definitely be worth hiring a rideshare, so that, you can make it to work back and forth safely, because they have fuel. And let them do the driving. Yeah, and I'm sitting here watching, it's like 30 degrees. And you should see the people that are going in and out of the gym with shorts and tank tops on. Dude, you gotta have antifreeze for blood. I'm telling you. I dated a guy for a lot of years, Ronald Fournier, and he's from Massachusetts. And when he came to California to work, he was always around in a tank top all the time. And I'm like, man, how can you stand it? It is so cold. Because to me, bone-chilling weather was like 53 degrees. And that was rare in California, in Southern California. And he's like, oh man, I'm hot, I'm sweating. Because he's so used to the bitter cold. When he come there, that was just like somebody turned the heater on. But yeah, so stay safe, everybody, and do something kind for a stranger, especially right now, till this storm ends. And yes, my package that's FedEx Express from California is still sitting in Memphis. It's like a week. Today they finally decided, because the last 3 days they've been saying on the tracking thing that it comes in tonight at 8 o'clock. And I was like, yeah, sure. It hasn't even moved from Memphis, because that was the last tracking it had. And yeah, sometimes I missed, scanning it, but not like for a week. It just hasn't moved. So now they sent a message today, because it didn't show up 8 o'clock last night. They sent a message today saying it would be around like the 19th through the 24th. Otherwise, I would get a refund. And on the 25th, they would do the refund. Oh boy. But anyway, stay safe, drive carefully. Don't drive if you really, really don't have to. And stay warm. But do something kind for a stranger. Because that's all that life is about. Every day you should do something kind for a stranger, whether it be opening a door for an elder person or helping somebody out, because that's what we're here for, to be kind to each other and love each other. Yes, I'm still boondocking, and I'm flipping freezing right now, buddy. That's for sure. I had got last night I was really hungry, and I got a loaf of bread for like 80 cents. I got a package of ham for $2 on sale at Walmart. And big package of ham. Big, thick package of ham. It's ice cold right now. And I left it up in the window because it was going to be so cold. And I got some Dijon. And I had it sandwiched. And of course I got my milk that I drink on all day long. And it stays pretty good. I can keep it for over a day in the car because it's so cold lately. So I buy one a day, and after that I throw it away. So if I haven't drank it all, but I made a sandwich last night, and it was pretty cold last night. And then I left the stuff on the dash, so this morning I had that for my breakfast. And then I will take the rest over to the kitty cat at the market that has been living there for a while. I wish I could have that kitty cat, but I got no place to put him. And there's like 4 kitty cats over here at this mall, up in the bushes. So if I see them, I would feed them too, because I'm one of those that doesn't eat any food over day old, and I'm really a freak over stuff that's not refrigerated. So I'm sure it'll probably be still good for a while, but I'm not gonna trust it. So I just really wanted some meat, so that's why I bought that stuff last night. But I hate it because it's such a waste if you have to toss it. But if I can feed it to the kitties, then that makes my day. The kitties or the fish. But I'm not going near the water right now because it's too windy. This is the last few days to go down there. I have some stuff that I need to toss that's in the storage to the fish because it's expiring, so I've got to toss it. And as soon as the weather gets just a hair better, which will be this week, it's going to get warmer every day as the storm's moving away. I guess it's moving east. I don't know. I'd have to look at the weather report. But I'll go down and we'll go feed the fish and the birds as soon as this weather calms a little bit. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. Stay warm and stay safe. And always remember, there's always somebody worse off than you. That's a fact. Oh, they had automatic step. That's what I need on this thing. Heck yeah. I've asked a friend of mine who builds RVs. I said, can you put an automatic step on the driver's side for me? Because, like they do in the RVs, I said, because it's so hard to get in and out of this vehicle. That was pretty cool. Did you see that? It was on that white truck. Wow. Awesome. All right, you guys, have a great one. Love you.